what you want to make sure you avoid when buying a home in Sonoma County, coming up. What's up, guys? My name is Danny Cronin. I'm a real estate agent right here in Sonoma County, and if this is your very first time to my channel, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button. I drop a video once a week, every single week, all having to do with living in Sonoma County. So if you want to make sure you're getting notified the next time I drop a video, hit that subscribe button. And if you don't know by now, I am a full-time real estate agent right here in Sonoma County. So if you have any questions at all about buying or selling, all of my contact information is down below. Call me, text me, email me, whatever is most convenient for you. And with all that being said, let's get right into today's video. What you want to make sure you avoid when buying a home in Sonoma County. Number one on my list has to be days on market. If you see a property on the market for a long period of time, 60, 90, 120 days and up, this has to cause red flags for you. Number one being, obviously there's many different reasons as to why a property sits on the market. The number one reason being it is just overpriced. That we can take care of. But number two, and more importantly, the longer a home sits on the market, it starts to cause red flags for certain buyers. Which brings me to number two on my list, and that is make sure you avoid buying homes without doing any inspections. I see some buyers doing this. We used to see this a lot last year when the market was crazy, and you basically had to do whatever it took to get an offer accepted, and that meant for a lot of buyers waiving all inspections. Today, we're in a little bit of a different market, so take your time when purchasing a property. Make sure you're doing thorough inspections by reputable companies and make sure this home is everything you want it to be. The most common inspections we're seeing in Sonoma County are a pest inspection, a roof inspection, and a home inspection. Doing any of these three are gonna set you up a lot better if you were to do those than if you were not to do any of those inspections. And number three on my list, I know a lot of you guys watching this video may want to move to Santa Rosa or Sonoma County, and that is amazing, but make sure you don't buy a home that you are not familiar with. And what I mean by that is the neighborhoods, surrounding things to do. There's tons of information online for you to go and search. Whatever neighborhood inside of Sonoma County that may interest you, I highly recommend doing your research first. What is jobs gonna look like here for you? You know, what's important to you? Are there parks around? Is it a safe neighborhood? All of these sort of things you have to research on your own to make sure you are buying in the right neighborhood. Number four, something that always gets overlooked. I know it sometimes is hard to save for a down payment and buy the house. That alone is huge, but what you wanna make sure you don't do is buy a house and then not have any money to fix that home up or to pay some of the associated costs that comes with home ownership. Now, especially if you're buying a fixer-upper, you definitely wanna make sure you have some money in the bank set aside after closing costs, after you've already paid for the home up front. You wanna make sure you have a good sizable budget in that bank account. Now, if it's a move-in ready home and it doesn't necessarily need a whole lot of work, maybe a little bit of paint here and there, that's a different story. But I see oftentimes first-time home buyers just jumping into homes, basically wiping out their whole entire bank account and not leaving them any money to do any sort of little renovations or buy furniture or all of those sort of things. So you have to make sure you still have some money in the bank after you buy the home. And number five, this is going to be different for every single person, but you wanna make sure that you are buying a home that's gonna be a good investment for you. Now, if you're planning on being in this home for a long time, 10, 15, 20 years, maybe this isn't so important to you, but if you're someone coming in, you know, maybe you just got a job transfer, maybe that job's only for a couple of years, 2, 3 years, and then, you know, at that time, maybe you're gonna wanna have to sell that house. You definitely wanna make sure you're buying the right property in the right neighborhood to make sure when you are going to sell that property, you're gonna be at least able to break even, if not make a little bit of money. Now, these are all different types of things that we specialize in when it comes to home buying. So if this is you, definitely reach out with any questions. And number six on my list is you wanna make sure you have a little bit of extra money when buying a home for all of the associated costs when it comes to buying a house. That can include taxes, insurance, and all of these sort of things. Closing costs are also in there. You wanna make sure you have a good chunk of change in the bank so you have the money to buy the home and have a little bit left over. And the last one on my list has to be kind of, again, going back out to one of the other ones I pointed out on the list. Do your inspections. Do not waive contingencies when it comes to buying a home. Now, I know this can be a difficult task, especially if you're up against multiple offers, But again, you wanna make sure you're buying a good house, a good sound house, and something that's not gonna cause you issues later on down the road. You're gonna be able to achieve that by holding your contingencies, doing your inspections, making sure the home is everything you want it to be, and then moving on with the transaction at that point. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, please give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions at all about buying or selling here in Sonoma County, all my contact information is down below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.